Wagwan Generals. Welcome back to the Shift Gear podcast. We apologize. We're not good at our jobs. We knew this. This is not shocking to anybody. But we missed last week. And we missed it because there wasn't really anything to talk about, I don't think, right?
Yeah, we wanted to save our Toronto tier list meta prediction for this week's episode.
Big one.
No filler last week.
Yeah, I don't know. This is our turn into our most important episode of the year, I think. The Toronto tier list and city recommendations episode that we put out. We put out one last year. People loved it. It was like, because we kind of like want to show you guys what you can do while you're here. And just luck of the draw, Pokemon's given us a beautiful January regionals here in city of Toronto, which is like super duper annoying when it comes to actually giving you guys recommendations, but we're going to try our best. Just quickly, I want to debut the new sweater. So this is sweatshirt for sweating that
Nice.
I picked up at the grocery store. No name brand. Only Canadians will know about this. I don't think Americans know about this, right?
No, I think it's just a Canadian brand.
Yeah, and there's a special hat as well that I have that I will debut at some point in this episode. But basically, this brand, it's the sickest marketing scheme. They literally just make items and then they just say what the items do. So there's like chair for sitting, there's ball cap for hiding bald spot, there's socks for wearing. It's just hilarious, and people eat this stuff up, myself included. Works on me. So
Yeah, it's is it Loblaw's private label? Is that who it is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Loblaw's private label. Okay. Yeah.
Loblaw / No Frills. I literally was like buying my groceries and I saw this at the checkout for $14. I was like, hell yeah, this is a steal.
I thought it was reasonable for a sweater. Yeah, $14.
Yeah.
That's actually very
I really
reasonable.
want the lawn chair, dude. The lawn chair for sitting is so dope. I gotta find one, but they're hard to find because people like die for these things now. So
They had a big campaign on the TTC. Like this might have been like 10 years ago. I remember. I used to I would be taking the subway. Like they would just have like people handing out the stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
I actually encountered my first true crazy on the TTC last night.
Your first? Oh, that's actually, I'm surprised that's your first. Well, I guess
like my first like real crazy.
I guess when you're in Pickering, you would take the GO train more than TTC. So I guess now.
Yeah, and as you can kind of see in my background over there, there's a man sitting in that chair, and it's not a man who lives with me. Hi, man who doesn't live with me. Austin's here. He came up like 2 days ago, so I was taking him around the city yesterday, and he got the first-hand experience of what it's like to see a crazy person on the TTC. So
nice.
I think is very truly authentic to what's going on here.
I also saw. Right. I was gonna say crazy. I was taking the TTC like on Friday or something, or Thursday. Yeah. I can't remember, or maybe even Saturday. Like there's some I won't say what it was. There was a demonstration downtown that was not a good one.
Oh,
and,
yes.
One of the guys from it was on the train when I was taking it, and he was just like shouting conspiracy theories, like yelling all this stuff. Like it was kind of funny. And like you just ignore it, but I was just like it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, this fella that was on the train last night was getting in people's faces. Like he's like coming right up to you, talking to you, like staring. People were like tripping. We like got to a point where we're like, okay, man, I don't really want to deal with this. Let's just hop on the next one. But then he got off with us, so we got played and broke on at the same time we did. And so eventually he just went away. So that was good. But yeah, that was definitely an experience. So TLDR, if you're coming to Toronto, generally I'd say 99% of the time the TTC is fantastic.
99.9%. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Even that, like you'll be uncomfortable, but like nothing. It's very rare it gets aggressive.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to New York or like anywhere else, like LA. Like you're laughing. There's a lot of security stuff. Like I think the TTC as a whole kind of understood and identified that like rider safety is a huge important thing for them because that is what drives revenue, and they want people to like actually feel safe. So they put transit officers on like every train now.
Since 2025.
They do.
They have
so
them
many
at
now.
The stations, but like I don't think they're like on the trains or on the platform normally.
I would say like 70 to, I don't take it very often, but 70 to 80% of the trains I've taken in the past year have had a transit officer at the station or on the train with you.
I've never seen on the train pretty much. The station I see. The train, like maybe at Union or something when there's a big event, actually they might do it, but
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my station or something. They hop on a lot.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, still recommend it for everyone who's here this weekend. It's like the best way to get around. Traffic in Toronto is really bad. Like the venue is literally like as downtown as it gets. So if you want to Uber everywhere, you can. It'll just take a while.
Yeah, and like I don't think there's any other big events next weekend other than this one in the city, so should be okay. It's also cold as hell, so like you gotta prepare for that. So like the subway's a good way to get around. You're not gonna be walking too much, I don't think. I am really upset though that they gave us a January regional. It's so sucky, man.
Well, we haven't had a spring regional since before COVID, I think. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
We had
the
that one in 2018, I think, right? The
yeah, I
one
think
at
that was the
the
last.
convention.
No,
Yeah.
at the we it was at the old venue, I think, right? Like the one near on the lakeshore.
Enercare?
Yeah, it was at NRK.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think you're right, actually.
The
Yeah, I
only
think you're
good
right.
thing about like even though it's winter is like they've moved us to the convention center downtown, which is really nice. Uh,
Mm.
I think Toronto and like LA regionals are the only regionals I've been to in a big city that like actually has the tournaments downtown. Like otherwise we're all like always in like the suburbs or whatever. Or I guess probably
Yeah,
well, like I guess big cities, yeah. Like I guess Toronto and LA might be the only big cities that get regionals actually in North America. What other
that's
big
what I was gonna
cities get them?
say. I don't think there's any other like
I
huge
mean like
cities that get regionals.
I guess Atlanta you can kind of count. Yeah. It's like yeah.
I don't know. It kind of makes sense in Toronto and LA both, like where the convention centers are located. That you just host it there. It's easy.
Yeah, it's
People can
just
get in and
easiest.
out, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you want to start today? We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So
Yeah.
okay. Sorry guys, we're like off on a tangent. We're gonna
Well,
tier list our place for Toronto, right?
yeah,
That's one.
we have that. I mean, like Pokemon like teased some like rule changes. There are some new cards we can maybe briefly go over. We
Mhm.
can maybe start with since we're talking about Toronto, we can start with some tips and tricks maybe. So, and I have this pulled up for everybody. So for everyone who doesn't like the cold, this will be your best friend. It's called the Path.
Yes.
Toronto has like the largest like underground, I guess like mall network in like the world. You can actually like walk pretty much the entirety of downtown underground. Like there's like kilometers and kilometers of just like path. It's called. So we'll link the map underneath, but the convention center is connected through it, and like you can literally walk from like the convention center all the way like north, up to its some of like the other major streets for like if you want to do touristy stuff. So if you want, you can actually like not go outside the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So I recommend
It is
that.
possible.
Yeah, the it's very confusing to navigate even for locals. Like I get lost sometimes in
Yeah.
it. So don't be embarrassed if that happens. They normally you can like use this map or like they have maps, but the signage is really bad down there. Is the one thing I would say.
Yeah.
And then my other tip for you guys if you're coming from the airport is like don't waste your money on an Uber. It also takes longer to Uber into downtown. You want to take this thing called the UP Express. It's a train from the airport. It takes 25 minutes. It takes you straight to downtown. And you can see here, it actually literally like it's like a 5-minute walk from where the station is to where the convention center is. So if you're staying in any of the hotels downtown or like near Union Station, it's also like right there. It connects to the subway too if you're staying somewhere else in the city. So take that. If you're gonna take that or the subway or any transit, there's like ticket machines, but like you don't have to waste your time with that. You can literally just tap your credit card on like to get to the gates or like on the streetcars or whatever. If you take a streetcar, you like have to tap it when you get on. If you take the subway, like there's gates that you have to tap, and the gates will open. So I think that's my transit stuff. That like tips. So yeah. I don't know anything else to add, Neil,
Okay.
about that.
I mean, yeah, like this is all good stuff. It just always depends where people are staying,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people are going to be staying downtown right next to the venue, so they might not use the TDC as much. But I mean, I hope you guys have time to go around and explore. I think we're big proponents of getting out and in any city you go to, getting out and exploring what it really has to offer. Like for example, for Seattle, I'm going out like kind of as a business trip, and like I'm there in Friday night, out Sunday night, and I'm like low key hoping I don't day two, so I can drive a car into the mountains and go see like Mount Rainier and all that stuff. So definitely like I don't know, I pair traveling for Pokemon with fun and tourism as well. So I think it's important to get out and see stuff. And if you're going out and you don't know what to do in Toronto, like Eden Center is always a good shout. Big mall. You walk down by the waterfront. Water's really nice. Super cool this time of year. A lot of skating around. You can rent skates and go for a
Nathan
skate.
Phillips.
Yeah. Anything around the CN Tower is a good show too. Like go to the aquarium, do whatever. Like all like the basic touristy stuff. And my sleeper pick is like Stacked Market. Like I love Stacked Market. It's like an outdoor like
it's like an outdoor mall with shipping containers. Like each thing is in a shipping container.
Yeah. There's that. There's the Well. Go to Kensington Market if you like vintage. There's a ton of cool stuff you can do. So yeah, I was taking Austin around yesterday. We were out there for a while, and I realized that the winter kind of sucks when it comes to walking people around. But
yeah.
Anyways, so we're there.
Yeah, if you're going to go to the CN Tower, you can like combine the ticket with the aquarium if you want. They also, if you want to go for dinner, like they have a restaurant at the top of the CN Tower and it like rotates. So like if you want to go to that CN Tower, like you can make a reservation at the restaurant and like your ticket's included. So like I think the minimum spend at the restaurant is like $75 or $80, but the ticket to go up to CN Tower is already like $40. So you're basically just paying like $30. Yeah, it's not like a world class restaurant. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and like if you're American, it's like $10 to you, so just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
just do it.
It's literally monopoly money to you, so just go
Yeah.
do it. And like feel the cash too. That's the other cool thing that I think Americans don't get. We have the plastic money, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's
Um, I
color coordinated, so you don't get confused.
Yeah, I was introducing Austin to the toonie, the concept
Ah,
of a
the toonie,
toonie, a
yeah.
$2 coin, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty hustle and bustle here. Like even this last week, like with I know you were at the Banana Challenge or a Cup yesterday. There was like
Mhm.
88 players, and even the day before, I went to a couple challenges. There's a challenge with, like 35 mans. Then there was a Manta that had like 62 mans. Like just it's getting hustle and bustle over here. So
Yep.
we've yeah, definitely people locking in. But yeah, so we can talk about the Toronto tier list. We can talk about some of the new scans. We'll go over all that stuff. The Natties next week, big football game we got going on. I've been like clinically depressed for like 2 days because of the Packers.
Yeah, it was a bad collapse.
That was World Series esque. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. It was yeah, I'm still getting wellness checks. Like my buddy called me this morning. He's like, "How are you feeling, man? You okay? Like, are you all right?" I went like completely just DND yesterday. I needed the day just to, not think about it and just kind of get over it. But honestly, I didn't think we were that good this year. Anyways, I didn't think the Packers had a real chance of winning the Super Bowl. So it's almost better that like I
Yeah,
don't have to
they don't get
hope
the
for
hopes
another
up.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it was a good weekend of playoffs. Like only one of the games wasn't good, right? Like that was probably one of the best
yeah,
wild card weekends I've watched in a while. Like close
yeah.
finishes, they all came down to the fourth quarter. Besides the game last night, but
That's what I was gonna say. The game last night kind of blew a little bit. Wasn't great, but I mean, we had some entertaining Raptors basketball, I
oh yeah,
guess
that
we
was a
could
great
watch.
game yesterday. Yeah,
Dude, please, someone take Emmanuel quickly off my team, please.
or
I
Grady Dick,
beg.
bro. Oh my god, bro. I hate whenever that guy touches the floor.
He's not great
He
either.
actually might be the
But
worst player in the NBA right now.
did you see that shot though? Right at the end of the game that IQ took. We had 11 seconds on the clock, and we're
Oh
down by
yeah,
one.
but that's on Darko. I think if that's what he drew up, I'm like, why are you doing like an Emmanuel quickly like ISO like
Yeah, Emmanuel quickly ISO fade away, and he
on the
shoots with seven
baseline?
seconds on the clock. Like, dude, what are we doing? He misses. We get bailed out by a coach's challenge. Like, okay, thanks, man. Like, please trade that guy for a bag of pucks. But yeah, okay, I'm done ranting about sports. We can move on. This is a really touchy subject for me today, and I'm quite depressed to the Green Bay Packers. So go
Nice.
Bills, go
I mean,
Bills.
my team is playing tonight, but I'm not as big of a fan as Anil is when it comes to football, so I won't be too upset if the Steelers lose.
You guys have a chance, man. You guys actually have a chance to beat the Texans tonight. I
Yeah,
think.
that was a funny game last week against the Ravens.
Hmm.
That was just weird. I felt bad for their kicker, but I mean that's the sports.
It's
uh,
it's a brutal year to be a kicker, man.
yeah, like
It's a
they've
tough
actually
one.
been even like Green Bay's kicker. Yeah, actually, sorry, I don't want to bring that up, but
Yeah, no, that I don't know, man. When you get like you've 7 points, you leave 7 points on the table because the guy can't kick through an upright. Like I don't know. Maybe like it's the soccer player in me that doesn't have a whole lot of sympathy. It's not that hard to kick a football through an upright, man. Like it's your whole job. I get it. Nerves are a thing. It's tough. I mean, I've been there. We all been there, right?
yep,
Where you're like nervous as hell and your body feels heavy and whatever. But that's your job, bro.
yep.
That's what you do. Like you gotta get robotic, right? Like your whole entire livelihood is this, and just like get your body to just lock in and just do it, bro. So yeah, very disappointing week for the kickers. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. All right, but moving on, this is the first thing I wanted us to talk about. There's some inaction on it, kind of, but it's a little teaser from Play Pokemon. They posted this like pretty much a week ago, saying there's some changes coming in Q4, which has already happened. So I think they meant maybe Q1, or they're
Yeah.
changing it in Q4, but they released these in Q1. Anyways, in the TCG handbook, they said they're adding reinstated turn tracker section, clarified end of round processes, and added a new line item to the tempo of play table for deck search first of game, which is something I think we've been discussing for a while. But then when you went to go check the TCG handbook, this wasn't there. And they said, attention trainers, the update note for the TCG handbook in the graphic below has not yet been officially reflected in the documentation on our website. Updates will be published in effect for organized play at a later date this month. So, I mean, classic
Very unserious.
classic
Very, very, very.
unseriousness from Pokemon. So I guess my
Dude,
question for you is, okay, yeah, finish your thought.
no, sorry. I was gonna cut you off. You go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I was gonna say, my question for you is, what do you hope this line says, or do you even think this is gonna be a significant change?
So this is what I was going to complain about. I went through and I started looking through the handbook because I'm like, all right, I live under a rock when it comes to Pokemon stuff. I get it. I'll affirm it. But I need to be well aware of this. Like this is going to directly impact what I do next weekend. So I'm like going line by line in this freaking handbook, and I'm like, what changed here? And this legitimately wasted like 25 minutes of my life. So yeah, I was not completely impressed with what happened here. What do I hope it says? I don't know. I didn't really think that far. Um, I'm almost hoping it says turn over your prize cards, dude. I don't care. Like, get it done.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even know what could be there.
town map for both players.
Yeah. What even could be there? Like, what would they change?
I think my guess of what's gonna say is it's gonna be like, oh, like the first turn of the game, like a player is allowed a little extra time to check their prizes. They should still have a brisk pace. I think they're actually gonna like make it useless. I hope
Yeah.
that it says just look at your prize cards and then put them out. I don't think that's gonna be what it is because it says deck search first of game. Like I feel like that it would be like a start of game like rule change if it was gonna be look at our prizes, right?
Mhm.
What I hope it is it's just like a hard like since actually I hope it's the look at your prize, but since I know it's not what it is, like I hope what they do is they just say like it's a hard number. It's like you have 30 seconds to check at the first game or first turn of the game. I hope it's not like some ambiguous thing or it's like oh like a player can take a little bit of extra time. But
You know it's going to be ambiguous as hell,
yeah,
though.
it's gonna be
Like,
ambiguous as hell.
'cause the problem, what happens is if you don't make it ambiguous, like if you say, "Yo, all right, you've I don't know, 100 seconds to look through your deck," you know the man across from you is starting to stopwatch, and it's gonna get real sticky. Like, oh, he wasn't done when my clock hit 0. It's like delay of game, calling flags on these guys. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's no good solution for this other than just, hey, just look at your prize cards, just be
Yeah,
done with it.
because the problem is like a regional is like now like 2,000 to 3,000 people. It's like there's not enough judges to like be like watching every single person and be like, all right, yo, they take over 30 seconds there. So I call a judge, be like, yo, my opponent took a minute to search their prizes, and now I'm just wasting even more time because now the judge has to sit there and watch, and like it's not going to change anything because they weren't there to watch the initial search. So yeah, until they change the rule to look at your prize cards at the start of the game, I think is useless. I mean, I guess maybe the big thing is if they do put a hard number like on stream games, maybe they can actually enforce it because there's a judge there. But yeah, it's gotten out of control, so I'm glad that it seems at least they're addressing it, even if it's a little bit slow. But yeah, we'll have to see. So they said later this month, so if I have to guess, maybe January 31st, we'll get an update on what it is.
Yeah,
So.
let's hope. I don't know, man. Maybe another fake update. Yeah, we updated it. No, nothing's changed. Sorry, bud. Like, I don't know, man.
I feel like what takes them so long to update this? Like they've already picked a pair. I think it seems like they've already decided what they want to do. Like
copy pasta, bro. It's not that hard. Just put it in the rule book. I don't know. Anyways, we have cooler things to talk about other than prospective rule changes that may or may never exist. We'll
the bureaucracy of TPCI. So
yeah, exactly.
All right. Next to Neil, we had some new cars got revealed from what's Nihil Zero. I forget what it's called. It's perfect order in English. That's right. So have you taken a look at these? There were some interesting ones.
I saw a few, yeah, and like just for everyone who's listening or watching as well, we'll put timestamps below if you want to skip any of this and go straight to wherever you want to go in the video. I forgot to say that earlier in the video, but yeah, since we're covering so many things, I feel like that's important to denote. I did see a few of these. Yeah, we can definitely go through them and kind of dive into them a little bit more. And I saw that people already had their hands on English perfect order cards somewhere in the universe. Some guy like took it out of a factory or something. So
oh yeah, that like Greninja EX that may or may not be real.
Yeah, I think that was my first reaction too. I was like, this looks fake, but the copy's done really well. Like all the copy, all that stuff looks really well. It's just the art looks really like animated. So I guess it is real. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the effect was basically just Greninja Break. So
yeah.
And then you combine that with the Shinobi Blade Greninja. It's like, all right, that actually seems like a decent deck. It's a lot of stage 2s. It might be okay. But yeah, it might be okay.
It definitely needs a revamp, though. Like, yeah, you need to. It's not gonna like. It needs a bit of a power creep if it's gonna compete in any way. And
well, you have the surfing beach, so you can maybe get a couple of them off every turn.
That's true. That's true, actually. Yeah, and then the other thing you have, it has surfer, it has surfing beach, it has switch, it has jet. Like, there's a lot of cards that can maybe work with it. But yeah, no, we'll see.
Yeah, or maybe you even like play Badu with it, and like you like use item lock and then use like the shurikens as your damage. So oh, interesting stuff. But yeah, I mean the cards actually, to be honest, when I looked at them, none of them were that good in my opinion. There was Vivillon that just has like, we've seen this effect a lot of times printed before. It's like you can have your opponent shuffle their hand and put them on the bottom, then they draw 4. So it's like you can basically just like judge them. I just think this is not a strong enough effect to make a stage 2 that doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, it's tough. It's got the old Tornadus EX attack though, blow through 60 plus 60 to the stadium. It's a classic. I don't know, like this effect I actually thought was going to be really good on Gothitelle. I thought Gothitelle was going to be like a sneaky pick.
That's right. But that was 3, right? There you go.
It's 3, and it has to be active. So I thought that card might sneak its way in somewhere, and the fact that that card didn't sneak its way in anywhere gives me no hope for this. You can counterpoint it and say you get Forest of Giant Plants or whatever that thing is called. so you can evolve it instantly. But I don't know, man. If that one wasn't good, I don't see how this one's gonna be good.
Well, maybe like post rotation, like we don't have Iono anymore. Maybe something like Gothitelle this might be okay. Probably not,
Maybe.
but just to add a little disruption. I mean, if the format ever reaches a point where like no one respects disruption, then I guess cards like those could be maybe like okay.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not too bullish on that one. We got a Decidui EX. People were excited about this ability because it's not the exact same, but similar to what Yanmega Prime had. So it's the Sniper Eye. If your opponent has exactly 4 cards in their hand, ignore all colorless in this Pokemon's attack cost. So its attack is 1 grass, 3 colorless, 240. Discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon.
It's actually pretty good.
I mean, like you still have to attach a grass. I just like don't know if like doing 240 is like enough, and like it kind of locks you into playing Judge as your supporter every turn, right? Otherwise, it's very easy for opponents to play around this. So I don't know. It just seems pretty mediocre to me. Like if the attack was maybe a bit better, like I could maybe see it, but like, am I running Ignition Energy with this so that like if I don't match their hand, like I attack? I don't know.
Hear me out. We're just playing Forest of Giant Plants. We're playing Vivillon or whatever,
That is true.
Vivillon,
You
right?
could do that,
And we
yeah.
can play whatever we want every turn because we have Vivillon, and then we use this. I think that the 240 doesn't excite me at all. It's the
No.
unconditional discard and energy that's actually like
That's
sneakily
interesting.
good
Yeah.
on something like this because you can pair it with like hammers or enhanced or something, and like just give an example, like maybe you use it against like Dragapult if that's still a deck, and then you use a hammer to get rid of the Luminous, and then you discard the other one, and then you're like, all right, now what do you do, bud? So I don't know. Maybe I'm grasping at straws, but it seems like it could be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not like super high on this card, but yeah, maybe as if the format like everything gets nerfed a little, maybe it could be okay.
Yeah,
You can actually wait, that Wally's Compassion, does that heal megas or just EXs? It's just megas, right?
I believe it's just Megas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, I was gonna say, could you heal this? But no. I mean, like, oh no, Turo's gone. I was gonna say you could Turo and then remake this every turn, but like, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh, the
Washout.
Dugong,
That's
that's
kind of
right.
neat.
Yeah, so this is a reprint of Quagsire from like Unified Minds or something. The washout as often as you like during your turn, you may move a water energy from your bench Pokemon to your active. I mean, abilities like this already exist with Armor Rouge, and it never really took off. I mean, this card's only as good as the cards that go with it, right? So it's a strong effect. It just needs something like an Aqua Patch reprint or strong water type attackers. Because I saw people were like saying you can play this with Rocket Spidops, kind of like the Quagnag deck back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Neil, but I don't think Quagnag was ever actually like a tier 1 deck. I don't even know if it was tier 2. Like it was kind of like a meme deck, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah, it's probably like high tier 2 at best, I would think. Like,
Yeah.
because Volcanion Prism gave it a lot of life, like
That's
when
right,
Volcanion
actually,
Prism
yeah.
came out. And you also got that Kyurem at one point that was pretty good. So there were like a few cards that made that deck okay. But I agree with you. I don't think it was ever like top tier. And like the problem with this ability, like you mentioned as well, like it exists in Armor Rouge, it's not, unironically, it's not shift gear. Like it's not energy transfer, right? Like you need full unconditional energy transfer for like abilities like this to be really, really good. And it seems like we used to have a lot of those back in the day, right? We had
Yeah.
Klinklang, we had Aromatisse.
Aromatisse, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Bronzong,
And
I
now
think,
it
had
feels
it.
like
Yeah.
they've kind of gravitated away from that. So I don't know. We had Hydreigon as well. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
cool
they haven't
cards.
actually printed energy transfer in a long time on a Pokemon.
No.
And it's weird because like
And
the
like
effect's not like that broken.
no, but I think there's some sort of level of concern with how many different cards exist now that maybe something could be a little bit broken. Like you have cards like Prism, you have cards like Rainbow, or sorry, Luminous, like weird stuff that might create some sort of broken combo. So I'm wondering if it's a little bit of that they're just trying to be a little
There's
careful.
no Max Potion though, so like I feel like Max Potion was what really made those decks like get pushed over the edge. So I don't know how good they'd actually be like in modern Pokemon.
You have Turo, I guess.
Well,
Turo
not
and
anymore.
Penny.
Very soon, not anymore.
I suppose not. Yeah, you're right. Coop up Cyclone.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's a cool effect though, like this Dugong for sure.
Mm.
So yeah, there was Mega Starmie EX. Okay, first question: like, do you like Mega Starmie as a Pokemon?
I think we talked about this.
Yeah, we
once,
did,
didn't
right?
we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
I don't know. Like I have a lot of adjectives I want to use to describe this, and I don't feel like any of them are fair or just for what this really is. It's just weird.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny when I've never played ZA, but like I watched the videos, it
Yeah.
just like runs on its feet, like when it's
Yeah.
fighting.
Dog, it's like I don't know. I feel like they really ran out of ideas with this one. Or
Yeah.
like someone like it's either that or someone fully knew what they were doing. They're like, let's just take the piss with this thing. Like, let's just make this so dumb that like it's kind of funny and generate some sort of hype.
Yeah, I mean the megas. I think like we've talked about. I think they're a bit overrated. Like the designs aren't that good for most of them. So
Yeah, I'm not a big Megas guy either. I never liked them to begin with, but like there are a couple that I'm like, all right, I vibe with this. Like Ampharos, like Victory Bell, like some of these are
yeah,
dope. But I saw Mega Darkrai for the first
I
time.
saw that. Like
As
what
mentioned.
was that design? It's like an eye or something.
Yeah, it was a little
Wait, I forget what it looks like. Wait, I need to look it up.
it was a little like
Mega.
Ganon-esque, wasn't it? Like a little bit of like Zelda business going on
Yeah,
here.
like what is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
It looks
interesting.
like it genuinely looks like something you would fight in the depths of Tears of the Kingdom. Like this is like it's a weird looking thing, and I don't know what they were doing with this, but I guess it is different.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the form I was looking at where it looked into their eye. So yeah, very very
So
interesting.
weird.
So, but yeah, the Mega Starmie, I don't know. Again, another mediocre card, I think. Like, its first attack's just 120, do 50 to the bench. So, I mean, I guess if you have something that can do 20, like, you can snipe baby Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some like broken combo. This Yapper who's staying with me. Yo, Austin, you there?
No, he's not at his
Yo, come
desk,
here for
right?
a sec.
Oh, he's okay. Yo, take him away from his work. Yeah, take him off the clock.
I don't. He doesn't need to work, bro.
I know, I'm kidding.
Dude, he makes some U.S. dollars. It's worth like 80,000 Canadian dollars. It's fine. Yo, come here. We're looking at this Mega Starmie thing. You tweeted out some nonsense regarding this. What is this and why is it good?
Oh, I think this is pretty good. That's a lot of pressure super early. I mean, that's a lot of damage, right?
But
120, 50.
what was the combo? There was
Oh,
a
it
normal
was
combo.
it was Meowth for Salvador on Staryu for Starmie turn 1.
I mean, I've heard worse.
I mean, Meowth, right? It makes it possible. Salvador's terrible right now.
But
Yeah.
what's your scaling, though? Like, how are we scaling this? Who are we playing with it?
Dusknor.
Okay, so you play Dust. Okay, you play a Starmie Dustor deck. Okay.
All
You can
right.
you can run them off the board, kind of like the little punny deck, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so much. It's like a baby Dragapult attack, like early.
That's actually not. Actually, you know what? Now that you say that, I can actually see the vision.
Yeah, this is why we need like a external correspondent because we clearly don't know what the hell we're talking about. You guys like the Roots fit we got him kitted out in?
yeah.
Bro's like,
We're fitted out here.
Did you get the
can't-
sweatpants too, or no?
no, he only got the T-shirt.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
on sale. It's on
Okay.
sale. You know, Beaver Bucks.
He's judge.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for the input. We need.
Yeah,
I didn't
for
know.
sure.
I saw you tweeted
It's a good
some
card.
nonsense. Think about what you want to eat for lunch.
Like,
Oh, I mean, yeah, freaking Tim Hortons again.
Tim
Let's
Hortons
take bro
for
to
lunch.
Harvey's.
Oh, Harvey's is a good shout. There's one actually near you. Yeah.
Yeah,
My dad is like the biggest Harvey's fan of all time. My dad would be very happy that you're doing taking.
I feel like it's a very common theme. Like I also love Harvey's. Like I think a lot of people like fully admit that Harvey's is one of like the greatest fast food burger chains to exist.
Yeah.
It's quality stuff.
It's
good
like
stuff. If you
Canadian
guys
too,
come up,
right? So you know you got to
It is-
support Canadian.
thoroughly Canadian. Like it
It's a
doesn't get much
beautiful
more
thing.
Canadian than Harvey's Swiss Chalet kind of business.
Yeah. Like yeah. When I was younger, like I used to go there all the time.
So yeah.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of Toronto
It's lit.
burger spots, but you know, a good Harvey's once in a while hits the spot. Yeah.
Buddy, I have a Shake Shack, I have a Rudy, I have everything next to me, and I'm still going to Harvey's, man. Like
Man.
I don't know, bro. It doesn't like those like really salty smash burgers only do so much for me that where I'm like, all right, I need something that doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna check into a hospital.
Yeah. I mean, Rudy's is like their burgers are okay. Their fries are literally like exactly like McDonald's fries. Like
Yeah.
yeah, because I haven't had
It's-
McDonald's in years, but I had Rudy's one time and I was like, oh, this is like literally like just McDonald's fries.
Yeah. There's one literally like in my lobby, basically, like right next to my building, and it's open till like 4 a.m. There's been some nights for sure where it's like, all right, the only option we got is Rudy, and every time you eat it, you go home and you're like, Jesus Christ, what have I done to my body? Like, what the hell is this? And maybe that's like the Canadian in me. But yeah, I definitely feel like as I grow older, I can't eat these things as much without
you gotta
feeling like
moderate it.
trash.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, like,
I was gonna say,
bad.
like there's like a burger priest near you because some of my friends live like near where you live, and like
Yes.
sometimes when we go out, I would get like the Vatican. I don't know if you know what burger that one is, but it's the one
Yeah, I
that
do.
has it's grilled cheese for buns. I'm like, oh my god, this is like
Nasty
heart attack.
stuff, bro. I look at my nearest like medical hospital or something every time I eat that stuff, bro. It's nasty. We
Yeah.
were I was at the game last night, and my buddy works for the NBA, so we got into the suite, like the NBA suite,
Nice.
and it's like unlimited drinks,
Yep.
unlimited food, you know the whole
Oh
ordeal.
yeah.
And they had these chicken tendies, dude. I was like destroying the tendies. I had so many tendies I couldn't walk. It was bad. And like after that, it was just one of those things where it's like, yo, it's free. It's the principle. I got to just eat as much as
Exactly.
I can. And then I think, and like now that I'm growing up and getting older, I'm like, all right, maybe I don't need to eat till I can't move every time I go to like an all you can eat. Maybe there is more to life and
Yes.
getting the bang for your buck. So lessons learned for sure.
Yeah, the last time I was in a box at Scotiabank, this was like 6 or 7 years ago. Like, so
Yeah.
I was an intern at the time. My company had like tickets. They had like no clients were going. Like, they would like let people go. So me and
Yeah.
the interns went to like a Logic concert, and
Oh my
it was a
God.
horrible concert. But we're in the
Of course it
box.
was.
We're like, I don't really like. I'm not a big drinker or anything, or like, but I'm like, I was in the box, and I'm like, the company was paying for the drinks, and I was like, you know what,
Yeah.
like, I need to just like get a bunch of drinks here. Like, I gotta like make sure like I'm getting my
It's the
money's worth.
principle.
And like the
Yeah.
food, same thing. I think I had like 5 beers or something. Like, I would never do that normally, and I was like, you know what? No,
Yeah.
you got to do
Dude,
it.
I was because like you think about how much you'd be spending on those normally, right?
Oh,
It's
like
like
$20 each.
$18 a can.
You got a tip, but like no, like I was getting. It's just like you said, the
Yeah.
principle. Like I would never do that
Dude,
normally, but
I started pounding back red wine because I'm like, it's free. I don't care. Like I would go grab the neutral from the lady, put it down in my seat, and go back and get more. Did I have any intention on drinking the first neutral? Probably not.
no,
But
yeah,
I'm still going and getting as much as I humanly could. I think I walked out of there with like I drank like 2 glasses of wine, and like 5 neutrals, and like those neutrals are so light, like they don't do
yeah,
anything. And I started feeling it after I left the place. But I was like sitting there, and I'm like, I just feel like I'm getting these are reparations for all the years that Scotiabank Arena have just rinsed my pockets. Like I feel good now. I feel good.
yeah. I think I've only ever once in my life like paid for a beer at Scotiabank Arena because like it's just so hard to justify. It's like I was with someone, so
Yeah.
like all right, like we'll get one. But no, it's like I get popcorn.
It's tough.
But even that, bro, like yesterday was my first time going to the Raptors this year. It's $12 for popcorn now. Like, what is going on? Like,
Hmm.
out of control.
Yeah.
Like,
I was looking at the Jays tickets too for next year. They're already hyping them up.
nah,
And their
it's ridiculous.
GA went up from $20 to like 28 or something. It's not getting any cheaper.
No, they just gouge us.
Yeah,
Negative
that's
shout
fine.
out, Rogers.
Yeah.
Anyways, where were we? I think. Oh yeah, we were hyping up Megastar Army with our guest Austin, and you're
Yeah.
just figuring out that you're gonna take him to Harvey's for lunch.
Yes.
yeah,
There's a huge distraction there.
Yeah, so yeah, make sure you get him a milkshake. They have good milkshakes there too.
All right, I'll get bro a milkshake.
Yeah.
Might be the
Okay.
first calcium he's ever had.
Yeah, get those bones nice and healthy.
Yeah.
All right. Last card, Emil, was the Grow Energy. It's a grass special energy. If it's attached to a grass Pokemon, they get plus 20 HP. Which at first I was like, oh, this is hype for Mega Venusaur. But then I went and read Mega Venusaur and I read Meganium, and they only work with basic energy.
Mm.
So less hype.
I see. Yeah, I've always liked these special energy, like typed special
Yep,
energies.
me
I've always
too.
thought they were really cool. But yeah, I don't know if this one really moves the needle too much. I mean, you can use it with Decidueye, you can use it with all your other dudes, and it does feel like grass is getting a lot of support these days.
Yep.
So maybe there is some sort of combination that makes sense that we're not really seeing. But yeah, I'm not really blown away by this one, just given the support that currently exists, and maybe you can't even use it really with Ogremon or any of that stuff. So I don't know.
I mean, you are right, actually. I guess if you're playing a Decidueye deck, you only need one grass to attack. So I guess, yeah, why not just play this one?
340.
Yeah, I guess you can't energy search for it. So I guess Vessel's leaving, actually, so you can't Vessel anymore.
True.
No.
Vessel, I think I can't wait to do like the postmortem of all the cards that are rotating. It's like some of these cards are just so good that we'll never see again. I think Vessel is like top of the top, dude.
Yeah.
Such a good card.
Well, we had Professor's Letter, which was just search your deck for 2, but the discard on Vessel was so good for so many decks, right? Like, yeah.
I think Vessel is better than Professor's
Oh
Letter.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I think discarding the card is actually helpful for like so many.
And it's an ancient card too, for what it's worth. Like I used it in
Sure,
ancient box when that was a
like,
thing.
when that was a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It had I don't know, I'm just trying to gain it some points, but yeah, it definitely felt good. Yeah, I guess we can move into the meta discussion now.
Yeah,
If,
let's do
we're
it.
done with these.
all right, I have the tier list courtesy of Trainer Hill.
Oh baby.
Yeah,
It's been a long time since we've done one of these.
Yeah, I actually made my own tier list a couple days or last week in my like group classes. So I have my opinion. So I'm
nice.
curious, Anil, how they're going to differ from mine a little bit. I think you and I are more or less on the same page. Okay, before we start this, is there any deck here that you don't see that we should add? I think they have pretty much most of the things.
No, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're good here.
Cool. Yeah, I guess the other thing maybe is just like splitting the archetypes based on the builds.
Mhm.
Is the other thing. Like we'll discuss maybe how much lob hunting we'll see in Golden Go and Charizard. I guess they already have it separated for us. Guardian.
Yeah.
Discuss the two builds as well. All right, so Neil, my first thing is agree or disagree. There are 4 decks that are like above the rest in this format.
4 decks that are above the rest. Agree.
Yeah, I think Dengo, Pult, Charizard, and Guardian, I think have separated themselves as like the big 4.
Agree.
Um,
Well, my only reservation of that is I think one of them has separated themselves farther from the other 3.
that is fair.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I was thinking along that line. Like I see it as like a 1 and 3, but it's also a 4. Like I think these 4 are definitively better than the things underneath it. So yes, agree.
Yeah, I think in terms of like meta share too, like I think each archetype of the 4 are gonna like be well above 10% each.
Yeah.
Like I think the meta will definitely like be very polarized around them, and then everything else I think is actually here's another question: do you think a deck outside of those 4 will like pass 5% meta share?
5%? I
Yeah.
think so.
Which one?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. Like maybe the Absol box or something like that. Like I can see like a Grimmsnarl maybe peeking up somewhere.
Grim would be the one if I had to guess.
Yeah, it seems like it's got a little bit of legs on it. It's actually not too bad either. Like right now, it's in a decent enough spot. Yeah, I don't know. Like I do feel like you're correct in that sense where it's like it is like the big 4 and they're going to dominate most of the meta percentage. But I do think there at the same time is a little bit of space for other stuff to coexist.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So yeah, why don't we start, Neil, with the deck I think you think is way above. Let's start with Gardevoir actually, because there's 2 different versions. So I mean, I think we've seen over the past few months like Jelly Guardy like really separate itself from normal Guardy. At Stuttgart, like I think the best placing normal Guardy was in the top 64. Guardy Jelly is the one that's winning tournaments. It's the one that's making the top cuts. But there has been some rumblings that Henry Chow has innovated again with a straight Guardy deck. So
yes,
the best Guardy players actually might be on a straight Guardy. But with that in mind, Daniel, do you think both Gardevoirs are in the same tier? Do you think one is better than the other? What are your thoughts on Gardevoir as it stands?
I think straight Gardevoir is better than Jealousy
Really?
Gardevoir right now. Yeah, which is I know it's a hot take. I definitely know it's a hot take. I think you can do more, and like I've been no stranger to this on the pod in the past. Like I've always like kind of had my my love for straight Gardevoir. I never really liked the Jellicent version. I just feel like you can do more with the regular Gardevoir. But I think it's finally the time where the regular Gardevoir can peek its head out. There are 2 reasons for this. First reason is you have more space to make your Gardevoir line thicker. You can play your TM Evos, so you're not losing to Pult as often, which I think is like a massive factor to all of this. You need to be able to beat Pult, and that's the one that you're supposed to beat. And I think the Lux Cape Frillish thing has helped so much into Goldengo that I think it's brought this really into light. So I prefer regular Gardevoir. I was also going to say that I think the S tier deck is actually not Gardevoir. I think the S tier deck is Goldengo.
Really? Okay. I don't think it's like by itself.
I just think, given the simplicity of the deck and given how strong it is just by itself, I think the play rate is going to be through the roof. And I think the deck itself is going to be featured a lot at the top tables. And that's kind of how I determine this whole S tier thing. Like if Toronto Regionals were tomorrow, what am I playing? That's a different question, I think, rather than what is necessarily S tier. Because I think S tier is a deck that's going to perform the best overall in the tournament.
But I still think it might be Gardevoir, to be honest. Like
I would love that. I'm all for it. I just don't know if it's going to happen. And like I guess you're right. The new Gardevoir is actually quite easy to play. Like the aggressive Gardevoir, the straight aggressive Gardevoir is very, very straightforward to play. So anyone can play it now. It's not like the olden days where you had to be really sick with it. So maybe that is maybe there's some merit to that.
Like for me, I think I think for me personally, I think Gardevoir and Dengo are like my A tier decks. Like, or you can put them in S tier if you want. Like, just like I think they're the best ones, and I think Pult and Charizard are like in the next tier below. Is like kind of like where my thought process is right now. So all right, we'll just do that. We'll put them in S then, I guess, for simplicity, and like we'll put Dengo up there with it. I think.
Okay. I like it. Do you think Jellicent is in the same tier as straight Gardevoir?
So. I mean, I still think Jelly like is still pretty decent into Dengo. I think against like some of the Charizard decks, particularly the Noctowl one, like if you get like if they have a bad turn 1 and you frillish them, like you can actually just kind of like run them off the board. You might need to actually like go back to playing Arven and Evo and Jellicent to like have a better Pultnor matchup. But I still think the deck is very strong. Like like
Item
even
Lock is really good, dude.
yeah, it's
Item
just
Lock is really good.
like the Gardevoir
And
deck. Like I get that like you still play Frillish, but I think Guardy Jelly is actually like like, people are rocking like normal Gardevoir again. Like now, if you're playing Guardy Jelly, you have an advantage until people rocking like normal Guardy, right? So
yeah, and sorry, the other thing I was going to say too is the huge part of Guardy Jelly now is that you're not the number one target, which is really really
yeah,
surprising, right? People are planning for Gardevoir, but they're mostly planning for straight Gardevoir, I think, at this point. So you do take the extra points into that mirror, like the straight Gardevoir, you're taking points there. And like there is a world too where you're beating Dragapult Dusknoir most of the time, even without the Evos, I think.
Mhm.
And then, like you said, you can brick random matchups out of the game. So
Yep.
I think that's always a powerful side of it as well. So as much as like you and I are saying, hey, we think straight Guardy is better, maybe I took those words out of your mouth, but I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Um,
yeah.
Jelly still has a spot in the meta.
I don't know. I'm actually not 100% which one's better than the other. I don't know. I've played straight Gardevoir the past like week or so because I've been trying to like understand it, particularly its Dango matchup. And I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like, I feel like I wish I had a Jellicent like here. But you are right. Like the Frillish plus the Cape actually provides like a lot of power in a lot of situations. I think Gardevoir is Gardevoir. Like it's good no matter what version you're playing.
It always has been. It always will be. And I do think a lot of the top players, just from what I've seen and heard and stuff, will be playing Gardevoir. So it's like it's got a lot of attention on it for sure.
Yep, 100%. So, okay, so I guess the next question, Neil, then is what's the cumulative meta share for Gardevoir, and what split are we going to give it between the two decks? Like, is straight Gardevoir going to surpass Jelly Gardevoir this weekend?
I think so. I think it is. And I think my total will be around like 15% for both.
Okay. Do you think it's going to surpass because it's a better deck, or do you think it's just because Henry Chow is like being like, all right, straight Guardy time?
I mean, you can never underestimate the influence of that man, right? Like if he says straight Guardy is better, there's at least like 200 minions who are going to say, yes, I trust you.
The Guardy
and
disciples.
They're going to play it. Yeah. So Henry's minions and Henry are all going to play it. So I think there's going to be a lot of people on straight Gardevoir. And I also, like I touched on earlier, like all jokes aside, I think straight Gardevoir is genuinely like the easier variant of the two at this point.
I think that's fair.
So I think a lot of people will kind of go to that side. So I don't know. I got 8 on straight and 7 on Jelly or something like that.
Let's do it. All right.
I might be completely wrong, dude. I don't know.
I mean, we're normally really bad at doing this in terms of There's one turn where we like nailed it, and then there's like normally we like are like off.
There's been a couple stinkers for sure.
Yes. All right. Next up, we'll talk about Dango. I mean, I think Dango is like pretty good. I think now, I guess the other question is like, what is the breakdown? I mean, Lopunny it did okay, but it didn't like really shine at Stuttgart. But I think now like the meta has definitely been trending in the Lopunny direction or Lopunny. I've really enjoyed Lopunny, to be honest, the more I play. Like I like it in the deck a lot. I think it's not just a cornerstone counter. It's pretty good into Frillish and Jellicent. It's like good into random things like Terra Box. There are situations that come up where it's fairly good. And it's pretty low maintenance to get into the deck. So my prediction is actually that the Lopunny version of Golden Go is going to be like maybe like 70% of Dangos this weekend. I think it's really going to be popular. And then like the rest will be like Mawile, maybe like the straight with the monkey.
Yep.
But I guess the question is, do we think Golden Go is going to approach like 20% meta share?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think for the first time in a long time, we're going to see some crazy number with this one. I don't know. I was talking with Austin earlier. He was floating around like 22, 24. I think that might be a little high.
That's too high, I think.
Like maybe like I agree with him. I think it's going to be 20-ish.
I was going to guess 18.
Yeah, 18, 19 is good. Yeah. Something like that.
All right, let's see.
There's a lot of people playing this deck because you can pick this up and you just feel the power of this deck. Like it is insane how strong it is and how many answers it has and all that stuff. So 18%, I would not be shocked. More, I again would not be shocked. I would be like dumbfounded if it was below 15. I don't think that's even possible.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of sales on my Dango guide the past few weeks. I'm like, all right, that's a signifier.
No kidding. Yeah, I believe it.
That it's getting more popular.
Yeah, a lot of people are on this right now. So definitely something to look out for sure.
All right, next up, Dragapult. What do you think about this? So I said I think a little bit of a tier below the two decks we've already talked about. I don't know if you agree with me or not. But what do you think about Dragapult?
I have a lot of thoughts on Dragapult, and I'll sum them up to this. I think it's underrated right now.
It's in it's the best spot it's been in a long time, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think that people are starting to like kind of realize that this deck is really good. It's seriously good because you take all those good matchups into the Charizard variants, and then you also have random stuff running around that you can beat. Right, all the stuff towards the bottom you can mostly beat. It does kind of suck that a lot of the Gardevoirs are leaning back towards like the
Yes.
Evo
Yeah.
build. And I think that kind of neutralizes it a little bit. But dude, you can beat Goldengo, you can beat anything, and I think the deck is in a really really good spot. So I got Dragon Ball Dusknoir high A. Like
Yep.
it's definitely not S
Agreed.
for me, but I think it's high A, and I think it's going to have a pretty loyal following. Like, I think 8 to 10% of people are
I
going
was
to
gonna
play
say
this.
even like maybe like 12 to 13. I think like
Maybe
yeah. What do you think? What should I put as a number?
go for it.
All right,
12's fine.
12. Oh, 21? No,
Yeah,
12.
you know we're going to need to make up points anyways, right? Like
Exactly at the
we
end.
always like finish, and it's like, all right, we're at 59%. Like great, so add more.
Yeah. So okay, I think this makes sense. Yeah, I agree. I think the thing with Dragapult, like I think if like the straight Guardy with Evo wasn't picking up, it would be in a really good spot because I think
Yeah,
your favorite into Guardy's not playing the Evo stuff. I mean, Dengo's taking Basket out. Dengo's still unfavored in my opinion. There's just not really an easy way to fix that. Like you can play Toadscruel and Dragapult, but then you're not playing Dusknoir probably. And even then,
yeah.
like Dango plays Super Rod now. They play Low Punny, so I really don't know how much it actually does. But yeah, the deck is just like the raw power of it is so good. So okay, next up we have Charizard. There's again, we're going to split this between two variants. We have the Noctowl version that won Stuttgart, and then we have the more classic Pidgeot versions. Do you think any of these are A tier decks with the Pultmore? Or do you think this is like a step below?
I think they're definitively A tier decks. I think
Okay.
both of them are.
Yeah.
Um, they're both strong. Like the cool thing with Charizard Pidgeot as well is you can play a bunch of different ace specs, and I think that's powerful as well. Like you've seen this in the past with Charizard, where like some of them are playing stamps, some of them are playing belts, some of them are playing like scoop up cycle, and you can play
Yeah,
whatever the hell you
rocks.
want.
Yeah.
Prime catcher, yeah. And so I think that's really powerful. Like people don't know how to really meta predict for you, and I think the card is strong. We've always had Charizard around, and we're gonna have Charizard until the very last time before it rotates. So combined, I think a lot of people are going to play it. I think it's going to be like 10, 12%, similar to Justin Drake Bolt.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, I think the Pidgeot version, like, you can build it, and I know Jackson feels this way as well. Like, you can build it with text to beat like some of the popular decks. Like, you can put Toadscruel if you want. You can play Max Belt and Monkey, like a thick line, like 2/2/2 Pidgeot or like 2 Charmeleons. But I think the Pidgeot version is like worse against like the random stuff in the meta because like if you build it, you really target like the top decks. Whereas I think the Noctowl one is like it's more generally good against the field, but it's like I feel like sometimes struggles a little bit into the top decks if it doesn't like get a perfect draw or a start. So I think I agree with you. I think they're both. We'll probably put them both here with Dragapult. I think of the four decks we've talked about, I think I'd put Charizard as like the weakest of the four. It's still really good,
Yeah.
I think. But I'd put it here. And then I guess my question is like, which one's more popular, Noctowl or Pidgeot? It's like weird because like Noctowl won the regional, right? So I was like, you almost feel
Yeah.
like that's gonna push it ahead. But Pidgeot version is like the one that has been more popular for, like I mean, ever since Charizard's existed. So
And I also think the Pidgeot one's a little bit easier to play. I think that's always a factor. I know I bring it up a lot, but I think that's always a factor. Like how easy / difficult is it to play, especially when you have a regional of this size? Like there's going to be a lot of people that are maybe local or whatever. Like they just want to pick up a deck and just kind of like have fun with it and not think too hard. There's definitely some merit to that. I think the order you have it in right now is correct. I think it'll be Pidgeot first, Noctowl second.
and then what are the numbers we're gonna give this? Like 7-6, 6-7?
8 and 7. Yeah, sure, dude. Do that.
How's 8-7? Remember the Raptors game yesterday? There's like this little kid sitting in front of me. And then when the
Yeah.
Raptors got to like 67 points, this kid literally just starts like going crazy.
You started losing it.
And he like looks like my sister like started laughing, looked around and like I don't just gotta do like the quick 6-7 back, you know?
Dude, I must be like unk as hell, dude. I just don't like, I don't know. I don't feel that one. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I've never looked it up. I don't want to look
I
it
think
up.
that's what makes it funny. Like it has no meaning. It's just like 6-7.
It's just dumb as hell. Like we used to do things that were like dumb as hell, but they had like some sort of underlying meaning. This one is just like, how have people not realized this isn't funny yet?
What were the big memes when we were kids? Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, most of which we can't say on
No, I mean
the
most
internet.
of
I
them
don't
are
think.
fine. Like, okay, the one
Not at my school, they
classic,
weren't.
you know, like I lost the game. That was the classic one. I just made everyone listening to this lose the game.
Hmm.
That was a classic.
Like ours were like stupid. Like they were like we were like a bunch of like your mom jokes and stuff like that. Like that was just like stupidity that we used to do.
I'm trying
There's
to
a
know
lot
something
of
that was
ones.
like topical though. Like that was like definitively like our generation. That was like a meme. I can't even like think of one that was like close to 6-7. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure if we like think about it, we can find it.
There's like planking. I remember when we were like middle school.
Next episode, I'll come with a
Yeah,
list.
come with a list. We'll have to think about what the memes were when we were
Yeah,
kids.
I got this.
Nice.
What else we got?
All right.
So sorry, just actually before you continue, just like a general note that I've kind of observed here. It feels like this meta is really less random than normal. Like I feel like a lot of people are focused on these 4 decks that we have on top of the screen. Like it feels like there's at least to me, I've been playing a lot recently. It feels like there's a lot less randomness than there normally is, and that's just in real life. Like I know you go on a ladder, like you're gonna hit Master League, and suddenly you're playing against Venusaur 12 times. Like I get it. Like there's definitely some variance there, but I think overall we're in like a very not an agreement, but people realize like these 4 decks are better than everything else, and it's showing.
Yeah, that's fair. I think so too. Like we said, like there is still a lot of randomness, but like it's like contained in like the 2 to 5% range. So
yeah,
for sure. So okay, so now I know we have like a plethora of decks here that we think are in the 2 to 5%. Maybe we'll go Grim first because I think that might be the one that's the most popular, the ones that are left. So I mean, like I actually think Grim is in a pretty decent spot. Again, like probably one of the better spots it's been in a while. I still think the Golden Go matchup is bad, but I think most Golden Goes have cut basket, which is good for you. And I mean, like Charizard getting popular again is good. Charizard using Noctowl is very good. Like that matchup's like very, very easy. You can actually win without even putting Grimmsnarl into play sometimes. Dragapult has always been like a slightly favored matchup. Guardy's always been like a slightly favored matchup. They're not playing like Shaman and they're not playing like Drifloon anymore. So I mean, if it didn't have a bad Golden Go matchup, I'd actually be comfortable putting Grimmsnarl like an A tier. I think for me, it's like the highest of the B tier decks is where I would put Grimmsnarl right now. Is my opinion on it. I don't know if you disagree with any of what I just said.
I think I believe in it more than the average human being, and maybe I'm coping a little bit, but I think it's really good, man.
Is it bottom of A tier, maybe?
I think it's low A tier,
man. All right,
man.
Let's go low tier. Like, you know what, Grimithy, welcome back to A tier. All right.
Yeah, dude, it's solid, man. I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna play it. Like I'm not like saying this because I'm like losing my mind over it and I'm testing it. And it's the most like unreal thing I've ever touched. Like that's not true. But it just makes sense. Like you look at it on paper, and I think it just makes sense. So I have it. Yeah, I have it low A tier. Like I don't know how many people are gonna play it. Like I think I stick with 5 or 6. Like I think I stick with that testament that like if there's any deck that hits 5 or 6, it's probably Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love me some Grimithy Snarl, so we'll put in the A tier. All right, the next one actually, this is the deck that it was picking up a lot of speed. I feel like I think it's maybe like lost some now. Is the Kanga Booth. I think all the Golden Goes playing Lopunny like maybe like push this back a little bit. But you can still beat them. It's just a little bit harder now. So I guess we can maybe put Mega Box and Kanga Booth together. So of these two, I guess the first question is which one do we think is better, and then the other question is which one do we think will be more popular. And I think the answer for both might actually just be Kanga Booth, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah,
I think Kanga Booth is kind of like taken off a little bit. It's like you said, it was popular like what 3-4 weeks ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Like people were playing it all over the place.
Like Azul won some online tournament. I mean, whenever Azul like just plays a deck like and wins an online tournament, it's like all right, like this goes up and play now. So
yeah, I actually still think it's a good play. Like I'm not off that train yet. Sure. I think the play is good. It's high B for me. I think out of the remaining decks, it's probably the best play. So yeah, I would go there.
I think it actually like on paper has like a very, very nice matchup spread. I mean, like the classic shift gear term, not a lot of agency with this deck.
Yeah,
I think that's like holds it back a little bit. I don't think the top players are going to be playing Kanga Booth, which might hold it back a little bit. But no, I think it's good. It plays itself more or less. Like obviously you still have to do stuff. And there's the other thing with Kanga Booth, like there's different variants. Like there's a classic cornerstone. There's like the version that's straight with like a frillish in it. There's the Crustle version. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kanga Booth hit that like 4 or 5% range. To be honest, like
yeah, I like that. Like 5%.
Yeah, sure, we'll put 5%. Let's see how close we can get to 100 this time on our meta prediction.
Yeah, we're getting close actually.
So yeah, so with that being said, I actually think Mega Absol for me has kind of dropped to C tier. I think all the Golden Goes, not all of them, but like a lot of them playing Lopunny is really bad for it. I think Gardevoir having Mega Nancy is bad for it. I think Charizard Noctowl can actually handle the Mega Absol deck like very easily. They have the Klefki Snore, so for me, like I'm not that high on Mega Absol. I think it might even drop to like a 2% meta share deck. I think like a lot of people who played this deck might just be playing Kanga Booth instead.
There's a lot of people that I think people will still play this, and I think the deck is actually good in the right meta. I don't know if that's right now, and like there is still quite a bit of agency with this deck. So like I believe in it. I believe it can go on a big run. I think but I do think it belongs in like low B or high C. So I'm cool with this. Just put it as like a 3 or something.
Sure. Okay. Next, let's go end Zorak maybe. I know
Sure.
Liam's been cooking up a new list that he has some faith
Yeah.
in. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Zorak? Do you think the Dance is too much? I know some of the Guardies, straight Guardies have been cutting it. Even some of the Jellies have been cutting it. Do you think playing a tech like a Toad Scroll is enough to beat Dango? Like, do you think Zorak can compete still, or do you think the meta is just a little too crowded for it?
I think it can definitely compete. It is really, really tough with Zorak when the meta widens out because it's such a meta reliant deck, right? Like it is the most meta reliant like deck with that like coincides with the build of Zorak. Like there's so much that goes into this, and it's not an easy deck to play. Obviously, it's not an easy deck to win with. Best of 350, I think, kind of is not favored for it, just because it's really, really tough to win a long game and then not get donked or just get ran off the board or something with this deck. I've been playing it a lot recently because I love the challenge. I love playing decks like this, and it does feel like it's missing a little bit of pop. I still might play it. I don't know. Like we'll see, but it is definitely on my radar personally, and I think the deck is really good. I'm just worried at this point that the meta is a little bit too wide, and I know myself, and I'm probably just going to default to Gardevoir. I would think at the end of this because you look at the meta game for Enzorak and you think, okay, I'm cool if I hit whatever 4 out of these top 7 decks, but if I don't, there's legitimately nothing I can do, and I'm just gonna get ran off the board. So, yeah, sorry, that was a long-winded answer to say I probably have it in low B or high C, probably
Well,
Mega Absol tier.
Okay, well, that's for low B.
Sure,
All right, what percent are we gonna give this? Like a 3%er?
I think like 2,
Yeah, sure.
but yeah, it could be 3.
All right, we can recalibrate at the end maybe if we think we need to.
Yeah.
All right, where do you put Alakazam, Anil? Meme deck, real deck?
Definitely
Beast
real deck.
Yep, I think real deck.
I think
as well.
definitely real deck. Yeah, definitely real deck. As for where, I don't know. This was again at one point actually like I 2 weeks ago before I was actually testing this. I was like, this might be legitimately good.
Hey, it
It's a good one
smashes
price tag.
Dango, yeah.
Yeah, you smash Dango. I think overall there's a little bit too much going against it, and like Iono just hurts the deck so much, and there's some watchtowers running around and stuff, and losing to junk. So definitely real deck, and people will play it. Like I am convinced people will play this deck. I would probably put it in Mega Absol tier. I think.
I think so too. I think it's like a 3%, like decent. Like it's a deck that can make day 2. It's just hard to go on a run because like you have a tough time against Guardian and Dragapult. Actually,
Yeah.
I was literally thinking, like literally 10 seconds ago, I'm like, yo, when's the transition happening?
Yeah, transition happened. I was just not going to say anything about it. I was just going to do it. It says, for anyone who can't read it,
For our audio listeners.
ball cap for, what does it say?
Bad
For bad
hair
hair
days.
days. Sorry, yeah. There's 2 variants. There's this one, and there's one with a black back that says ball cap for hiding bald spot. I'm not that old yet, so I don't need that one. So I just have bad hair days,
It's like,
thankfully.
you pick that one up and maybe like 10 years from now or 20 years from now.
Yeah, I'll
hopefully
pick
you
it up
can-
with my Rogaine.
Yeah.
I get it all at the same time.
Nice. I have the opposite issue now. I'm going gray, young.
As you know what,
I got the salt
people
and
like
pepper.
gray. Gray's
Yeah.
cool. Salt and pepper's cool. I like salt. I plucked a gray hair out of my beard yesterday, and I think it's because of the Packers. They were stressing me
Yeah,
out.
they're stressing you out.
Yeah, it's normal, man. It's normal.
Yeah, I did some research because I was like, everyone always says that. I'm like, apparently, like stress is not related to your hair going gray. So I'm like, yo, I don't feel like that stressed. But I'm like, maybe I am. I gotta like look into
Just
it.
one less thing I can't blame on the Packers. They haven't fully ruined my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know a lot of people that have grays now at our
Yeah.
age, which is crazy because we're like, I really don't think we're old, but anyways.
Yeah. The Raptors are not. If the Raptors become contenders, then maybe I'll get some stress. But when they're not, like when I don't believe they can win, like I don't feel like I get that stress. I don't care that much. But I still
Yeah,
care if
no,
they
really.
lose. But like I'm not like devastated. Like yeah. So,
Yeah, I get that.
All right, cool. Let's finish this off here. We got Sarah Ledge next. Where do you think this one goes?
I think the deck fell off, dude. This is probably like my first D tier
D tier.
application.
I mean, it has a good
I don't
Denko
know,
matchup. We put Alakazam in C because it has a good Denko matchup.
I guess, but I think Alakazam can just do more than Sarah Ledge. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater. But I've seen so many Sarah Ledges lose to Goldango too, where I'm like, dude, like, how is this possible? Because this is a 2/2/2, right?
Well, no, like Sarah Ledge, like you have to use either the Legacy or the Briar to get you can get Dengo off of their ideal map, or you can no matter what normally like force a Briar turn, but
Yeah. Oh, I realized we're missing a deck too. Okay, we'll talk about it after.
okay.
But yeah, you can put a low C just so we don't
Alright.
offend people.
It's called my sister's playing Sarah Ledge regional, so I can't put in D for her. So she'll get
No,
mad
my
at me.
bad, my bad. I never said that. Never happened.
No, I think I agree with you. I think Guardian's a hard matchup. especially straight Guardy.
Mm.
I mean, like, yeah, the Dengo's good. I mean, Poltnor is like, I don't know, it's like maybe slightly unfavored. Charizard, I think depends if they play Briar or not. I think Charizard Noctowl is probably unfavored. I actually think against Charizard Pidgeot, you could probably beat them because they don't play Briar, right? So, like, I think you just outspeed them if you hit everything. It is hard to get to
Probably.
the 330, but by the late game, I think you can get there. So I think Grim's an okay matchup. But yeah,
2%.
I think the Guardi, I agree, 2%. I think the Guardi matchup is just really hard, which is a hard,
Yeah,
bad matchup to have, right? So,
absolutely.
yeah. All right, next up is Lopunny Dusknoir. I do not think this deck is good.
I wish I could say the same. I can't.
You think
I
it's
love this
good?
deck.
Oh my god.
I was like super serious about this deck for a while. I love this deck, bro. I'm putting it in C. I don't think it's not crazy. But I think if people play it, you will be surprised. I think you will see a couple of these in day 2 for sure. The deck has a lot of power, a lot of pop off potential. People do not respect it. It's you can play around Psyduck. You can reach any number you need to. I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't respect it because if I literally get a golden go and play, the game is over.
I know. Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. Literally, I was bringing this down to someone else. I'm like, this deck can beat anything in the format except for the best 2 decks. Well, I mean, contentious best. Like Dragapult, you cannot beat.
Well, yeah, even like if they get a Frillish turn on his guard, like you're not popping off on them turn 2.
No, but you can still win. I think. I think it's a little bit easier. Like Goldengo is just pack her up, go get lunch, right?
Yeah.
Like it's tough. So yeah, maybe like a 2% deck, but it is fun as hell, man. I have so much fun playing that deck.
Yeah. So okay, last 2 we have Raging Bolt. I think Raging Bolt's just we've said this before, it's in a really bad spot right now. Bad Guardy, bad pull. Dengo beats it now. Like Charizard's always a hard matchup. Peoria are we putting this D tier now? Raging Bolt's D tier?
I think so.
How the mighty have fallen?
I mean, yeah, looking at this list, it's actually outrageous. Now that I look at it, it's like Alakazam, Lopunny, and Ceruledge are better than Raging Bolt. That is outrageous.
I think they are though. Like if I go through this list, right? It's like for Raging Bolt, unfavored to Jelly, unfavored to Normal, unfavored to Dengo, unfavored to Pult. Charizard, Pidgeot, yeah, you're unfavored actually. Yeah, Noctowl definitely unfavored. Grim, you're unfavored. Kangaboof, you are favored. Zork, you are favored. Mega Absolbox, you are favored. But these are all like the decks we've put in like the B and C tier.
So you beat ass and you lose to good things, and like in a manner that's so like I don't know, pinned to the top. Yeah, this is in D tier, bro. It's like a 4% in D tier because people are gonna play this.
I mean, like maybe the Wellspring version, I can give some more percentage points since you maybe cheese some games. But at that point, it's like why are you not just playing Terrorbox? I guess.
Yeah.
Which is our last deck, which I also think is not in a very good spot in the meta currently.
No.
I think Guardi's still a hard matchup. I think Dengo with Lopunny is like it's still a fine matchup, but it's a lot harder. It's not like free like it used to be. Pulse with Iono. So I'll put it in C tier out of respect, I think, but I don't think Terrorbox is in a great spot right now.
Wouldn't want to live it with Bolt, would you?
No. I'll give this like 2% maybe.
Yeah. And then the only other one I want to touch on, I gotta be kind of fast with this because I realize it's almost lunch is almost over. Flareon, dude. We forgot Flareon.
We can lump it with Terrorbox. So what do you think about Flareon?
I think Flareon's actually in a good spot.
Really? Interesting.
I understand. I've been known to be deluded about Flareon in the past. I get it. I actually think the deck is really good. And I've seen it pop up more and more like everywhere I go. And people are playing it and people are doing well with it. Because I think obviously Goldengo is a factor. That's a huge thing. You have access to Briar, and you can control the board really, really well. So you're almost never losing to that. Gardevoir feels fine for the most part. Dragapult's really difficult, but it's kind of on the downturn. For Charizard, you have Leafeon. For Grimmsnarl, you have Leafeon. For Kangaboof, I have no idea what the hell you do about that. Just don't. Zoroark, you have Leafeon. Like what I'm trying to say is you have answers to almost everything, and the deck is really, really good. Yeah, I'd love to play it for Toronto. I don't think I will, but I'd love to, and I think it's in a good spot. So. For me, I'd putting it in B. I don't think it's any worse than Kangaskhan or Zork, me personally. But again, this is a co-hosted podcast, so you can have your say.
I just think that's the same problem as Terrorbox. I think like the Lopunnies and Dengo like present a challenge for it now a little bit more than it was before. Like it's still I think probably a good matchup. I think Gardevoir is still tricky for it. I don't know. Like if you have a tricky Gardevoir matchup, I have trouble like putting. I mean, I guess what you're saying like B tier, which is fair actually. So,
you put it in B tier, and I think the other thing is too, is like you have things in Flareon that you can do to make those matchups better. Like there is a lot of movement, and like you don't die to Lopunny as badly as Terrorbox because you have more health. Like 270 is still weird, right? Like where you will struggle is like the random watchtowers are just going to ruin your life. A lot of problems for sure, but There are some solutions. Like I actually think the deck is not bad. Like I would not be opposed to anybody playing this to Toronto.
I know you're up against the clock, but that's actually the last topic I wanted to ask about, Neil. Is Watchtower a real threat? I know we've seen it popping up a little bit in some of these decks. Like, are people actually packing Watchtower?
Who has space for this?
That's something like, what decks does it make? Like, you could play it in Guardy Jelly. A Gardevoir, it makes sense because you play Secret Box. Like, I could see Pult playing it. Like, you just draw it and, like, combine it with Iono.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, I think Enzora can play it, but, like, other than that, I don't think the other decks are going to play it.
The thing is, like, with Watchtower, it's like, sure, you're putting in Gardevoir. You're either losing a Mystery Garden or you're losing an Artisan. Both of those things feel terrible.
Yeah.
You're playing the game less because you're trying to stop your opponent, when really the deck you're playing wins every game if it sets up and operates properly.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
In my opinion, I don't think you really need it unless you're, like, expecting crazy amounts of Zard and you can't beat it without it. But to your point, like, we don't really have space in any of these other decks to really play it. And so I think it is a threat. Like, for sure, you got to be wary of it. Am I changing anything in my deck, like looking out for Watchtower if I'm playing Pidgeot or something? Hell no.
No, I'm not. Yeah, like, I'm not really changing anything either. Yeah, I agree. So just a thought. Yeah. So, cool. That's our tier list. In the comments, get mad at us. Let us know what we did wrong. Or, you know what? Give us some praise if you think it's good. But yeah, we're really excited for this weekend. I mean, this is always, besides Worlds, like, this is the tournament that means the most. Honestly, this tournament might mean more to me than Worlds, like, strangely.
That is wild.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it, as always. To have everyone in our city. So, last thing, if you're coming here, this, like, if you want to not, like, be obvious that you're from out of town, like, the second T in Toronto is silent. If you say Toronto, you're immediately clocked as a tourist. Yeah. So,
you're the ops.
That's my biggest pet peeve too. When I hear people say Toronto, drives me nuts. So
don't be the ops, bro.
I won't get mad at you if you do it, but, like, if someone's like a sportscaster or something, they say that, I'm like, it's your job to say things properly. So if any casters listen to this, you guys better not be pronouncing that second T. So
yeah, agreed. If you need anything, let us know. Yep. We're always open, here to help. Come say hi to us if you see us. Do we have a designated Toronto bar crawl on Saturday night? Maybe not. I can't disclose just yet. I'm still in the works trying to put it together, but if you're interested in such events, do let me know. I'll let you know where the party's at if we figure one out. It's hard to go out in Toronto, man. It's really hard to go in Toronto.
I think it's hard. It's so easy to go in Toronto. What?
Tough, man. Find a place with all, like, that can take all these people and all that stuff.
Like, like, where the venue is like not what's it called? Not where all the bars and clubs are, because it's like the financial district. But I feel like,
I don't think anyone wants to go to a club after a Pokemon tournament, anyways. It's more just like, let's go to a bar and just have a few drinks, and, like, I guess, like, the rec room's pretty good for that, like Roundhouse, go to Amsterdam or something. So we'll find somewhere. But yeah, if you see us, let us know. Say hi. Happy to have you guys here. And like I said, let us know if you need any advice, food places, any questions down below. We got you.
Put your itinerary in the comments. We'll amend it for you if it needs amend, or we'll give it a stamp of approval.
Yes. Put your itinerary in the comments, bundle up. There's a luggage storage place right connected to the convention center in case you need it. Right next to the train station, there's a little convenience store that'll store your luggage for you, so don't take it around the convention center. Little tips and tricks like that is stuff you need to know. So if you have anything, just let us know. But other than that, thank you for being here. We appreciate you all. Another year of Shift Gear come and went. Toronto's like, when Toronto comes around, it's like my, it's my annual cycle, you know? It's a marker. So another year Shift Gear. Appreciate you all
I think we passed 100 episodes like a few weeks ago. We didn't even, like, realize. I think I just went to upload our podcast one week. It's like, this is episode 100. I was like, nice.
Yeah, well, who cares, dude? Yeah. We're not good at this anyways. It don't matter. I can't even believe we got past 10. Whatever. We'll celebrate at some point. Thank you guys. See you next time.
See you this weekend.
Peace.
Bye.